Kinikinig. Ang Gumuton Online Radio. Ang music station ng mga OFW sa tibuok kalibutan. Gumuton Online Radio.
Now mga langga, ulitin ko, it's time check mga langga, it's 25 minutes down, 8 o'clock ng umaga dito sa bansang Canada, sa Ontario. And dyan sa Pilipinas, 25 minutes after 9 o'clock po ng gabi. Now mga langga, wag nating patatagalin to. Hirap talaga magtagalog eh. Mag-English lang kaya tayo mga langga, ha? Kasi yung Tagalog ko talagang mabibilang lang sa daliri eh. Pero kung English, ay, mabibilang din. Anak naman talaga ng... Ayan, mga langga, I will introduce to you mga langga ang ating bisita. Pero may masasabihin lang ko, lahat talaga ng mga bisita ko mga langga, talaga mga pugi. Oh, totoo yan. Siguro ang host kasi, wag ko nang banggitin. Manang-mana lang din yan. Di ba? Mga langga. Walang mga negative reaction dyan. Mga langga, now, ang bisita ko po, mga langga, I'm so privileged, mga langga, because why I'm so happy. Bakit kamo? Grabe yung Tagalog ko. Bakit kamo? Ospoko mo yan? Me. Kasi mga langga, nung ako po ay nagtatrabaho bilang isang radio broadcaster, mga langga, doon sa Malaybalay City, Bukidnon. That was my first job being nasa media industry. Kasi when I graduated when I finished my college, mga langga, doon ako napunta tapadpad sa Malaybalay City, Bukidnon, and that was my first job as radio broadcaster. Palakpak. Mga binairan. Tapos mga langga, itong bisita natin ngayon, yung pinapasukan niyang trabaho kasi he was connected at Malaybalay City Government, LGU. Kung saan yung radio station namin o radio station na pinapasukan ko at yung bahay kong made of wood. Ay, magandang kwan pala kasi made of wood yun eh. Yun bang old house? Ganon. Para social. Englishin natin. Para the best. Ang bahay ko doon, mga langga, para malaman nyo lang. Standby mo na kayo dyan. Huwag kayong magtabi tayo eh. Ang pinapasukan kong trabaho doon, kasi doon din yung station namin, yung DXDB. Ang radyo bandilo sa Bukidnon, mga langga. Kung saan nagtatrabaho itong bisita natin, mga ilang lakad lang. Ay, kahit magtago sa kanyang table, mga langga, kung saan siya nag-opisina, kitang-kita ko talaga. Sa harap kasi ng Plaza Rizal yung aming radio station, tabi ng Cathedral ng Malaybalay. Bakit tabi? Kasi yung DXDB is run by Catholic Media Network ng Diocese. It was the time of tawag niyan, Bishop Pakana, mga langga. And my manager that time was Father Ray Raluto. Yan. Ito siya, mga langga, kasi yung kanyang pinapasukan na opisina, doon din ako lagi pumupunta kasi doon din ang Malaybalay City Police Station. Now, nag-message sa akin, mga langga, nandito na pala sa Canada. Isabi pa niya nga sa akin bay, nasa Canada ka na pala? Nandito ka na pala? Sabi ko, nandito. Wala man ako sa Bukidnon, nandito mo sa Canada. Sige po. Nasa Canada siguro to. Isabi niya, nandito kasi ako sa Canada, dito sa Alberta. Isabi pa nga sa akin, magsabi ka lang kung ano problema mo dyan. Sa susunod na araw, sabihan ko talaga to. Pero hindi muna ngayon, kaya kapangit naman sabihin ko, Sir! Isa ka na. Ayan. Na mga langga, sa lahat ng mga nanood, mga langga, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Now, 35! Maraming salamat sa inyong mga langga. Shared na sa maraming grupo. Grabe. Grabe talaga itong ating mga langga, ating marketing consultant. Si Erin, grabe na to. Woo! Ayan, naputol tuloy. Ayan, maraming salamat. Na mga langga, ang bisita natin, mga langga, siya na mapakilala sa sarili niya. Oh. Papakita ko muna mga laga. Ready na pa kaya ito? Sir, ready ka na? Oh, sige. Ipapasok na kita. Relax. Ayan. Oh, yan o, mga laga. Oh, tingnan nyo. Oh, kung ako may salamin din, lamang, di ba lamang tamang-tama talaga. Oh, match talaga kami. Ayan, sir, mga langga, no other than, Sir Eric Ipe. Sir, magandang umaga and welcome to Bunguton Online Radio, sir.
Good morning, Mudiha. Good morning. Maayong gabi diya sa Bukidnon. Are we talking in Tagalog or Bisaya? Unsa man?
Pwede i-mix na to ang, binisaya ko naman. Sir, taglis. Kasi marami mga viewers na kuan tawag niyan, hindi rin nakakaintindi ng Bisaya kasi kung Bisaya lang sir, rapapap. Kaso oo, Tagalog, kakayanan natin 'to. Matigas.
Sige.
Matigas konti pero bahala na.
Okay lang. Yeah. Good morning. Magandang araw sa inyo lahat yan. Magandang umaga or magandang gabi diyan sa Pilipinas. Ako po si Eric Epi, nandito po ako sa Calgary, Alberta. It's another province in Canada. It's the oil and gas country of Canada. And I've been here since 2007 with my family.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time, 13 years.
Dugay-dugay na giday, binisaya ko naman. Tagal-tagal na rin sir, and as I said sir sa aking introduction, no, I know that you know me a lot because when I'm still connected at DXDB Balay-Balay and mga langga si sir kasi. Sir, pwede bang sir? First question ko sir, no? Ano yung trabaho mo sa Pilipinas before going here in Canada?
Yeah, sure. That's a good question.
Sir, at least malaman ng ating viewers.
Yes. Yeah, as a backgrounder, I used to work with the Balay-Balay city government under the 117 Emergency Communication Center.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to be the supervisor sa communication, and I was there for like almost more than 5 years. So that's why I met you. Kita tayo doon along with Irene Asirius.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a good friend of mine as well. So from there, I decided to migrate kasi my background is actually in IT.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a Bachelor of Science degree in the Philippines, and because I have a family, so I decided to apply sa Canada. So here in Canada, I arrived August of 2007 along with my family. I have 4 kids, so if you see the picture my background, yun ang pamilya ko. So yeah, so my first destination or my first home actually is in Edmonton. Edmonton is the capital of Alberta.
Okay.
Yeah, so from there I work under an insurance company. Pero IT. It's IT directly. So once I arrived, it took me about 2 weeks and then I got hired. And then I was there for 2 years before I got this. I was very humbled na promote tayo. And because I was promoted, we moved to Calgary. And Calgary is like it's like the oil and gas capital of Alberta. So all of the oil and gas companies na malalaki, like especially from the States, are based here in Calgary. So analogy is just like in Bukidnon, Balay-Balay City is the capital, which is like Edmonton. And then Valencia City is like Calgary because the commerce is right there.
Okay.
So yeah. So in Calgary, maraming IT opportunities. And then the good thing about Calgary is it's very diverse. It's not only mga Canadians. We have a lot of Filipinos here. Maraming Filipinos dito. And then we're actually the third in terms of immigrants. First is the Chinese, second is the East Indians, and Filipinos. we have a very large community here in Calgary. But in terms of community, Filipino community, the largest actually is in Manitoba, Winnipeg,
Yeah.
right?
Mas
Yeah,
maraming doon, sir, mas maraming mga Filipino doon. Sabi nga nila Little Philippines ang tawag niyan ang Manitoba because there's a lot of Filipino there. Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
that's right. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's right. Yeah, we've been there like almost 2 years ago. We went camping. We went to Winnipeg. It
Mhm.
was a long drive, about 2 days kami kasi we stopped over several times. But anyhow, in terms of me, yeah, I have my family here. Kita mo picture sa likod ko.
Yeah.
Apat sila, 3 girls and 1 boy. They basically grew up here, but all of them were born in the Philippines, made in the Philippines lahat.
Sa atin pa, sir, wala pang nagawa ng made in Canada. Ayan.
Wala na. As soon as I have a boy, I said, this is it. This is the blessing that I have, and because I have a boy, that was the cue na okay, we will apply for Canada, and then we were here. But the immigration process yung sa akin, it took me 5 years.
Wow. Mula nung
Yeah, it took me 5 years.
Mula
Because when I applied, that was when I applied, that was before 911.
Okay.
The event 911, right? So when we applied, and then because of 911, all the applicants at that time got re-reviewed. So we started all over again, and then we have to wait for another 3 to 4 years. And while waiting, at that time, isa pang anak ko, but while waiting, nakagawa pa ng 3. So I have 4.
Talagang matagal yung proseso, sir. Yung immigrant na yung in-applyan ni sir, no? Dito sa
Yes.
pasok nyo sa Alberta?
Yes. So I applied as a skilled worker immigrant under the federal program.
Wow. Sir, before going straight sa yung life dito sa Canada,
Yeah.
what make you decide to transfer in Canada from Philippines? That you said that you at least nalaman ng ating mga viewers na you are connected with LGU, and if you are connected with the local government, and I'm sure the benefits and all the salary is not that bad. What did you decide to transfer in Canada?
Well, my stint in the local government was just very short. It wasn't even permanent. I was just there to help the government to start up with 117 program, and mind you, it went successful and it was good.
Of course.
But long before that, when I was still studying, my IT course.
Mhm.
I already decided to migrate because IT in the Philippines is very, very challenging. You need to go to the big city before you can find a job. Mahirap. So, and then I was looking at Australia, US, and Canada, and all of them, they're good, but I find Canada as the right place to migrate. Is because number one, they are very family friendly. Okay, the health system is free.
Yeah.
Right, and we're just in the North America where we can just cross the borders to US, so it's very close. So that's the reason why. Hindi naman dahil sa there's no pressure sa Philippines. It was actually my decision long before.
Wow.
Yeah.
So at least matagal-tagal din kasi nga sinabi mo 5 years yung processing ng visa mo, but you deserve to a round of applause first, sir. Now, karagdagang tanong, sir, yung 5 years na yan, di ba dumating sa point na nawalan ka ng pag-asa na ba't ang tagal ng processing ng visa mo? Please go ahead.
That's right. At the time, siguro hindi naman talaga nawalan ng pag-asa because every now and then, the agency will contact me for follow-up and so on. So I know it is working.
Okay.
The only thing different is because sa 911, so we got reviewed. But nowadays, after me marami ng mga express entry or express application,
Okay.
which only take about like less than a year or even 6 months, depende sa sa skills mo. In my case, you have to go through this process of getting several passable points. Like in ngayon, it's about 67 points
Mm.
for assessment before you apply for skilled worker,
Okay.
right? So ganon din. So if you have a family sa Canada, then that's 5 points. And then they look at your experience. Ang
Mm.
experience ko sa Philippines because of my stint with the local government, nawala. Because
Okay.
it wasn't directly applied sa IT profession ko.
Mhm.
Because the 117 program wasn't IT. It's about emergency communication or emergency management.
Okay.
So it's totally different. But how I did it was before I started working with 117 or local government of Malaybalay, I
Mm.
used to be a systems analyst sa water district, and I have several experience with other companies sa Cagayan de Oro.
Mhm, mhm.
So those experience I have accumulated. So I have like more than 3 or 4 years of IT experience. So that is very crucial sa application mo. If you don't have experience, it will be very hard to apply here.
Okay. Now, when you move in Canada, no, how prepared you are? And pagdating mo kasi dito sa Canada, kami example, no, ay ako dumating ako sa Canada not a immigrant visa but working visa. We
Yes.
we applied, we interviewed sa isang agency. Our employer visited Philippines, conducted the interview, particularly in Manila. Now, unang apa ko dito sir sa Canada, isang apartment ang doon kami pinatira, no? Apat kami sa loob ng isang apartment, magkaiba ng mga lugar, taga ibang mga lugar, no? At saka sa akin that time it's not so really hard, you know. Kasi alam mo naman tayo eh, tawag niyan kahit sino ka man, we are really ready na makipagsama sa kahit taga saan ka man. Kasi may mga kasama akong from Manila, yung ganyan. Ikaw, sir, nung dumating kayo ng pamilya mo dito, ano yung bahay nyo, sir? Apartment o yung tawag na, yung townhouse o ano ang first house nyo dito sa pagdating nyo sa Alberta?
Everybody started like from scratch, right?
Mhm.
Because pagdating natin sa Canada, it's a new country. It's everything is strange. Everything is new. Wala tayong alam sa culture, everything. So basically, number one will set in is culture shock.
Yeah, okay.
So pagdating namin dito, we were not prepared that it's very cold. Okay? Pagdating namin dito, we don't have a house. The
Okay.
good thing is we have a friend who was here before us from Central Mindanao University who helped us find an apartment.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have 4 kids at that time, maliliit pa sila. We
Mhm.
need to have at least a 2 or 3 bedroom apartment.
Wow.
Kasi dito sa Canada, they're very strict about occupancy. If you have one room apartment and then there's about 4 or 5 of you, baka ma-question kayo.
Yeah, yeah. Ganito kasi
Right?
sa Canada, yo.
Yeah, so they're very picky, and they just want to make sure na safe kayo. So yeah, we rented an apartment at the time
Mhm.
for 2 years before we moved. Dito sa Calgary, we stayed here for another 2 or 3 years in an apartment or a condo
Mhm.
before we bought our first house.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
tawag niyan, so meaning hindi rin madali ang tawag niya, no? Ang pag-transfer niyo pala dito sa Canada. But that time na 5 years yung ginugol before na-approve yung visa mo, do you think that that 5 years, made you, prepared sa pagpunta ng Canada?
I always prepare myself and for
Mm.
my family
Mm.
kasi you'll never know what you're gonna encounter, right? So number one is um, kailangan focus ka sa objective mo wherein you need to move and then you need to get acquainted, familiarize yourself sa new world mo,
Mhm.
and then uh, ang number one talaga that can help you is your community, your local community, the Filipino community. They help you a lot.
Mhm.
Kasi if you're on your own, it will be very, very hard. Mahirapan kayo. The good thing is I have friends doon sa Edmonton who help us, move around kasi walang sasakyan.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
then wala kaming gamit. We don't have anything. We only have few bags and like just for us to, work to survive for like maybe 1 month or 2 months. And then second, very important is the money.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So sa amin, as skilled worker, we were required for per adult is $10,000.
Wow.
So dalawa kami, so that's $20,000. And then sa mga kids, for each dependent is $2,000, I think. 2,000 or 2,005 at the time. So malaki din ang pera na kailangan mo.
Mm. So, ang sa amin iyan yung kaibahan dong sa immigrant kasi no, kailangan mo talaga nung you still have really the money to support you when you kasi isa sa mga requirement ng Canadian government na before ka pumunta dito siguradong mabubuhay ka kasi hindi rin kaagad-agad makahanap ng trabaho. Sir,
Yeah.
before we move on, we will acknowledge first this question kasi from
Mhm.
government, from
Yeah.
Greta Reclo. Good morning po. Okay lang po ba umalis sa work sa government sa Pinas at mag-work sa Canada?
That's a good question. Depende how are you connected to the government. So here's one thing I can tell you. If you are still in the government, that's fine. You can still apply while
Mhm.
you're still waiting for the application. While you're still waiting for your visa, then yeah, go ahead. Still work with the government. But the question is, do you intend to go back? Do you intend to work again in the government? If you do so, ang gagawin mo is take a leave of maybe leave for like a year. And then tingnan natin kung gusto mo ba sa labas. Right? If you don't like it, go back. Kung meron kang sufficient funds to move back again. But the thing is, if your goal is to migrate, then that's a different story. Once you have the visa and you move, good. Nandun ka na sa new country, but you have to decide if you really want to stay in the government or not. Meron akong kakilala dito. He's not in the government, but he used to work with a large media company, yung pharmaceutical. He worked there like for like more than 20 years, and then he came here thinking na everything will be good, but he didn't realize na it is a tough situation. It's a tough world. So
Mhm.
you have to start from zero. So ang ginawa niya, he moved here, but he left the country sa Philippines. I mean the company. He left the company, and then when he was here, he had like 1 year of culture shock to the point na naging depressed siya because he cannot adapt sa culture ng Canada, especially the weather. Ang weather dito is really tough. It's very harsh. Imagine like right now, it's -20
O
degrees.
kita mo yan basta nasa inyo grabe diyan eh.
Yeah, because we're in the prairies. So
Mm.
nangyari, because of that, na-depress siya because he was thinking of going back sa Philippines pero wala na siyang trabaho sa Philippines. So he was stuck here in Canada. But he managed to survive. Okay naman din siya. So
Mhm.
for government workers, if you decide to, you have to be straight with your decision kasi it's gonna be tough.
Mhm. Kasi tanong niya sir, follow-up question niya. Sa lahat pala ng ating mga viewers, if you have questions to raise, kindly type lang dyan mga langga ha. Sabi niya kasi, ang husband ko po ay nasa Alberta, kaya lang natakot ako umalis sa work. Yeah.
Okay, good question. If your husband is already here, depende sa trabaho niya. If he's a PR holder,
Mhm.
you don't have to worry. Kasi kung PR ka na or citizen ka dito, you have all the benefits as a Canadian.
Okay.
So they will help you health-wise, education, and if you start dito, fresh start, there are society here that help you to adjust to the community. Like, kailangan mo ba ng someone to help you with finding a job? Meron yan dito. They
Mhm.
will help you. So for Greta, your husband is a citizen. Okay, that's good. If your husband is a citizen, you have all the privilege to come, and you will like it. Uh, but you have to prepare yourself that it's gonna be a little bit harsh because of the adjustment.
Mm.
It
Yeah.
for us, it took us about 3 years for culture for adjustment.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not even now. Nag-a-adjust pa rin kami.
Yeah, yeah.
So ganun yan. So it's the culture shock that will keep you down, but stay focused. We haven't seen anyone here in Alberta na Filipino na na-down.
Mhm.
Marami sa mga Pilipino is yung ano talaga, yung hardworking. So I've seen a lot of Filipinos dito nagsasucceed.
Ayan. Tingnan mo, ikaw, isa na ka daw na. Isa ka na doon, sir, ano? Congratulations for that. Now, follow up next question natin, sir, ano?
Yeah.
Pag dating mo sa Canada, uulitin ko, nabanggit mo kanina eh. I will ask you again. Ano yung IT related job mo na pinasukan mo when you came in Canada?
That's a good question. Okay.
Yeah.
Ang IT industry dito is really up to date. Okay? And then when it comes to when you work here, kailangan yung tatlo kasing fields dito na pwede mong applyan. One is if you are a systems developer or software developer, that's a good opportunity.
Okay.
Malaking sahod yan. I'll tell you, it's about almost six figures yan annual.
Wow.
Yeah. The second one is if you're into management, like a database manager or consultant, that's a good one too. The least or the easiest way to do it is the technical support.
Mhm.
In technical support is like you're helping people like your computer, may sira yung computer, then you help them work on it, and then they'll fix it and so on. But you need to have experience. Dito sa Canada kasi, maraming nadi-discourage because, number one, kailangan meron kang Canadian experience.
Okay.
If you don't have a Canadian experience, then it goes back to kung anong experience mo sa Philippines.
Mhm.
Okay? So IT profession mo doon is really important. So kailangan you have to build your experience there. IT work depende sa profession mo. Second is this one is a little bit tough. Kung hindi ka mag-apply dito ng IT, okay? Then you have to shift career.
Mhm.
Marami dito nag-shift ng career. So many. About I don't know, maybe majority dito, if you're not into your field, then except for medical professionals like nurses,
Nurse, yeah.
they're good. Walang problema dito. My wife is an IT graduate sa Philippines, but she shifted career. Now she's into nursing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's because it's tough. Number one, bakit it's tough dito? Yung English yung proficiency mo. Yung English communication mo is very important. If you can't speak straight English, mahirapan ka to communicate with the Canadians when it comes to IT.
Okay.
Because you have to express yourself, your mind, kung ano ang nakikita mo, because if your mind is like Philippine English, baka it will be a little bit different for them to understand you.
Oh, kasi nga iba din eh. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, ang English natin is American, di ba? Like,
Yeah.
the way we say it's a little bit different kaysa Canadian. So those two talagang it's a challenge talaga.
Mm. Now, thank you for that, sir, sa information na yan. Now, I will recognize this question, sir, na ni-raise ni tawag niyan. Ni, sino yun? Tika mo na mga langga. Si Jonas, ikaw mo namang langga. Yung aking mouse nawala-wala eh.
Oh, that's
Ayan.
the time I can help you kasi IT ako. Maybe I
Dito
can
sir.
help you.
Si Jonas Pritos, saan ka ba ngayon? Nasa Pilipinas yata to. Magandang gabi sa iyo, langga.
Yes.
I'm IT. Pwede ba ako doon? Ako ngayon private company.
Yes. Regardless which company you work, either in the local government, national government, provincial government, or the private company, or even your own company, as long as you have solid IT experience, that's fine. They're gonna look at that. That's a big plus sa inyo when you apply. Okay? Mind you, at least 3 to 5 years ang pinakamaganda na experience. And when it comes to education, I'll just add this up, okay?
Okay.
Ang education natin, if you have a BS degree or masteral degree, or if you want, prefer doctoral, and then you apply here, plus factor din yan. Okay? It's a plus factor. So, regardless where you are, as long as you have sufficient, solid IT experience, pwede ka mag-apply.
Wow. Sir, next na katanungan from Darnie Ayento Istanol. Langga, magandang gabi. I'm an IT graduate pero now working as a teacher, late passer here in Thailand. Please go ahead, Sir Eric.
Okay, so the problem dito sa Canada is you need to have like a solid, continuous IT experience. If you stop, or let's say nag-shift ka to a different career like a teacher, it will be different because they look at your current experience.
Okay.
Right? So that will be a little bit different. But here's one thing, just a thought, maybe you would consider this. If you look at that, try the easiest way actually is like your profession, yung ginawa mo dyan na apply as a meat processor or a contract work. Caregiver, yan ang pinakamadali. And then yung mga nannies, those are really fast way to come here. If you don't have a solid, straight experience, baka mahirapan ka because they look at your current experience.
Okay. Sabi niya, sir, yung follow-up niya, sir, what's the difference applicant, a single, and sa applicant with family?
Oh, okay, good. If you're a single applicant, then the requirement is only like, financially, it's only like 10,000
Okay.
for skilled worker. But if you have a family and then you come here as a family, then you have to add per adult, so 10,000, additional 10,000, and for a child is 2,000. So you do it this way. Pwede kayo mag-apply all together, and then if the Canadian government grants you the visa, then you go together.
Okay.
Pero pwede din na isa lang ang magpunta mo na dito, and then you can sponsor the family later. But it will be a little bit hard sa inyo if you have a family na maiwan kasi you need to have your family with you, right? Kasi mahirap na.
Sir, ang tanong dito ni Sir ni Iman, what are the process for working as a software ka-engineer? Go ahead, sir.
Okay, software QA engineer, that's quality analyst or quality control, something like that.
Okay.
That's a good question. That's a really good one here. Software engineering, it will be the different field. It's not software engineering. It's more of software development. Wala na yung mga engineer. Yeah, it's a different one. And to tell you frankly, if you have a certification like Microsoft certification and network certification like Cisco, yun ang gusto ng mga Canadian employers. They don't look at your degree because our degree here, Philippine education, ang equivalent yan dito, especially sa amin dito, is if you have a 4-year course, it's only 3 years lang pwede ma-accept.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Kasi dumaan ako, nag-apply ko ng West. 3rd year din eh. I graduated 4-year course, but pagdating dito, pag-assess, nasa 3rd year pa lang ako. Now, sabi ni Sir, ni Jonas Pritos, technical support ako 3 years na, private company.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Technical support, you have a better option to apply. And mind you, the easiest for IT professionals to apply is if you can look for an employer na diretso. And
Okay.
then I'll give you the website. Okay, I'll type it in here. You can go to Job Banks Canada. You
Ah,
search that up. There's so many jobs there for IT professionals. It's not only for IT professionals. You look for nurses, caregiver, everything.
ano yun, sir?
Job Banks Canada is yun ang teka, ita-type ko dito sa'yo
Sige
para
daw.
so you'll see. Okay,
Sige,
I
sir.
think it is
Para ma-post natin. Ayan.
yeah. Let me
Mm.
see here. Well, you just search it up. Job Banks Canada.
Sigurado ita-type din ito ni
Sige ito.
ni Yeng ready to.
I really need to help you kasi it's a really good opportunity to go to this site. It's this one here.
Mhm.
Okay, here it is. I'll give it to you. Ilagay ko sa comments or how do I
Sige,
give it?
sir. Ilagay mo, sir.
Uh,
Tapos ako na rin ang kuha dito. Meron
I'll
tayo.
send it to you privately and you just send it.
Yeah.
So,
And,
yeah, jobbank.gc.ca. That's a government website for jobs.
saan mo sinend sa
Private message mo. Look at the private message. You can share that. You can share that. That's really good site to look at.
sige. Hindi pa man lumabas dito pero I'll check niya. Baka lalabas na yun may konti. Ayan. Now ito. Teka muna, sir.
Yeah, you cut and paste it.
Okay. Start mo namang lang. Huwag kayong umalis dyan. Baka magsialisan kayo. Ayan. Hop. Ayan. O, kita nyo. This is it. Yan na yan, sir. Tama.
Yes, that's the right one.
Ayan mga langga. Sa lahat ng mga IT professionals na gustong pumunta ng Canada at humawak ng snow. Sige. Alam mo, sir, Eric, sa interview natin ngayon, malaking tulong to sa mga IT professionals like you. And I'm sure I'm very thankful for you for sharing this one.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of you. Now, karagdagang tanong, Darnie Ayinto Istanol. Yun nga, sir, pero dito sa school namin, aside from teaching, may mga IT related din akong ginagawa. Please go ahead, sir Eric.
Okay, so if you're into the IT teaching profession,
Nahirap.
That's very challenging. Yeah, because number one is you need to have English proficiency to teach. Okay, so if you are teaching IT, then you need to come up sa standard nila. Ang standard kasi sa IT teaching is really high. Like they need you need to know the most recent update. Like say website development, kailangan meron kang experience to teach that, yung mga ganon. But if you're just teaching the basic electronic data processing, baka it's a little bit tough kasi they're so up to date. Canada has pinaka top of the line dito, in terms of information technology. They are into artificial intelligence now. They're building artificial intelligence for clean energy. Dahil ang oil and gas dito sa Alberta is not really doing well, maraming nawawalan ng trabaho because of the oil. Lalo na if you know the news about XL pipeline sa project sa US and Canada, because of the new administration sa US, they canceled the project. So wala ng oil and gas project going to the US. So that's a big failure sa government ngayon because there's about 1,000 of employees now na wala ng trabaho.
Okay. Yan makikita niyo mga langga diyan sa ating tawag niyan sa ating mga messages yung itong ating website na rin. Kasi tinanong ni Jonas Pritos how to apply Canada. So using this website, sir, tawag niyan, pwede na silang mga langga through that site. Thank you for this one, Sir Eric. Makikita niyo yung mga langga diyan sa ating messages. Ibaba ko muna yan. Now, nasa comment pala. nakapin sa comment mga langga yung ating website na binigay ni Sir Eric. Thank you for that, Sir Eric. Sino pa yung mga may tanong dito mga langga? Tika mo na mga langga. Saan na yung message natin? Ayan. Standby mo na mga langga. Si Milja Go. Miludja Go. Hello po. May I ask if my opportunities for farm supervisor in Canada?
Oh, you are in luck.
If you
Maraming mga farming how do you call it? It's farming companies. Marami dito, especially in the prairies. So your best bet is the 3 provinces: Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. The prairies, ang tawag natin dito is prairie provinces. Dito yung mga farming. Okay? Saskatchewan, which is the middle province, marami diyang opportunities for farm workers.
Okay.
Okay? Sa Alberta, marami din, but it's in the south area, southern part of Alberta. But Saskatchewan and Manitoba, maraming mga farm opportunity jobs din.
Okay. Thank you for that, sir. Once again, if you have some question mga langga, just type dyan sa ating chat box now. Karagdagan, sir, sa ating katanungan, when you came in Canada, as you know, walang kakilala, no? But how did you expand your network? That's why nakahanap ka ng dumating sa point na nandyan ka ngayon sa trabaho mo. Please go ahead.
Sheer determination lang. Sheer determination to work, finding a job. Kasi if you have the experience and you know how to converse, maraming mga opportunity just there to apply for. So you just apply online. Halos ng mga jobs dito is online eh. And then the first question they would ask is, are you a legitimate are you a Canadian, or are you how they say, I can't even say it. How are you legit? Nawawala na, nalilitaw ako.
Sige lang, ganyan talaga yan. Iinom mo ng kape, be. Iinom mo na.
Iinom ng kape mo na.
Iinom. Kasi nga ako, iinom ako eh. Kasi sinasabi ni Irene, Sir Eric, mayroon siyang kikilalang may-ari ng kape. Sabi ko
good.
Sabi ko naman, ko natin, i-promote natin. Ganito.
Okay. Good.
Uno,
That's good.
1, 2, 3.
Good. So, yeah, sorry. Ang question is, the application online is, they would say, are you legal to work in Canada? Or can you work in Canada legally? So that's the first question na itatanong sila sa inyo. If you're not landed, mahirapan kayo. But like I said, the website I gave you, Job Bank, you can find employers there that looking for employers abroad. And then you just look for it, and then sila mag-sponsor sa inyo. There are opportunities there, maraming opportunities, I tell you.
Wow. Thank you for that, sir. And may nagtanong, sir, from Kabanglasan, our beloved province. Pwede bang mabanggit mo, sir, o pwede bang i-divulge dito sa ating interview? Kasi tinatanong niya, what is the salary range ng IT professionals dito sa Canada? Please go ahead, if you.
Oh, good question. Alam mo, when I started at $12 per hour.
Okay.
Okay? That was like 13 years ago. Dito sa Calgary, minimum wage is $15 per hour.
Okay.
In the IT world, it's way more than that. I have colleagues na talagang solid yung background nila. They earn like $120 to $200 per hour. So just compute. Yeah.
Magkano oras?
$120 to $200 per hour.
Per hour?
Yeah, depende sa profession mo, like network analyst, network analyst, systems administrators, yung mga ganon. Software developers ang isa sa pinaka highest paid dito.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ulitin ko, sir. Sana well. Ayan, sir. Thank you so much for that. And yung nag-ask na question, sana maghahara-hara kayo mag-apply ngayon. May apply na kayo. Sigurado yung maglalag talaga yung website ng job bank ngayon. Oh, yung mga kwan dyan, akala nyo hindi Valentine's Day bukas, wag muna kayo mag-apply bukas. Oh, pagpaliban nyo muna. Valentine's Day, excited kayo mag-apply. Narinig nyo lang na $149 per hour. Pero sir, ulitin ko, sana well. Sir, additional question here, no? Malaking naitulong ba ng kwan mo din? May grupo ka ba dyan na pwedeng particular o person na individual na talagang umalalay sa'yo at nag-guide din para dumating sa point na makuha mo yung magandang trabaho dito sa Canada?
Unfortunately, no.
Mm.
Ang community mo will help you guide in terms of how you survive. But
Okay.
in terms of your profession, ikaw na yon. Unless you have someone who is in the same industry. Kung may kasama ka na IT rin, then that's good.
Okay.
Kasi kayong dalawa mag-usap kayo what to do and so on. I'll tell you frankly, because of the economy and then the pandemic, marami mga IT professionals ngayon na walang trabaho. So they shifted career, like working with yung mga entry-level jobs. Okay? Kasi they have mortgage to pay, debts to pay, may family to support. So ganun ang nangyari dito. So if you are looking for support, maybe yung community mo can help in a way, but in terms of job, it's totally up to you.
Chills, beyond greetings from Malaybalay City. Mga taga Malaybalay, maraming salamat sa inyong tawag niyan, sa inyong panonood ngayon. Darni Ayinto Istanol, please elaborate more about your work. Are you coding or supervising? Please go ahead.
Consultancy.
Matindi palagi sa iyo, sir.
No, it's more no, it's technical support pa rin. It's more technical support because hindi ko ma-apply yung na finish ko na degree sa Philippines. I have a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science sa Philippines.
Okay.
But pagdating dito, you have to come up na you're up to date. So you have to go to school. I actually went to school dito.
Oh, nag-aral ka
Because if you don't have a Canadian education, mahirap to get promoted.
Okay.
Okay, so more of the consultancy and technical support, like building servers or helping clients over the phone remotely, yung mga ganon, client servicing, so mga ganon. So that's my job. Pero because of the situation when I was still with oil and gas, na lay off ako sa trabaho, my IT job now has become my part-time job, and my full-time job is my insurance business. So ganon nangyari ngayon.
Wow, grabe. Now later on lang, we will discuss that. We will talk about that financial literacy that will, will share also by Sir Eric EP. Now, sir, to summarize, especially those who are watching right now, what are the requirements needed or background to work as an IT professional here in Canada? Please go ahead.
Number one is solid IT experience, at least 3 to 5 years. Okay, regardless of where you work in the Philippines, be it in the local government, provincial government, or the national government, or the private sector, no problem. As long as you have solid IT background, okay? Solid IT background. Now, what are the fields? The fields are like computer programming, software development, technical support, and systems administration. Okay? IT teaching may not be, but it will be a challenge. But you need to be, kailangan meron kang kailangan ka up to date ka sa latest trend. Or the best also option is certification, like Microsoft certification or Cisco network administration or certificates.
Okay. Thank you for that. I will acknowledge again this question. W- with that said, if you are an IT graduate but shifted to another career like teaching, what's next?
Oh, pwede. As long as you're here, you can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Okay? So, say for example, IT ka, you can find a job. Huwag ka ma-discourage. You have so many opportunities dito. You can be in the medical field. You can be in the management field. Marami dito, alam mo, they went into their own business. So they have their cleaning business, they have their insurance business, car business. Marami dito. You have all the opportunity.
So, importante yung pag-entry mo lang dito sa Canada, and after that, let's cross
Cross
the
the
bridge
bridge.
when we get there. When we get there.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Kayo nang bahala dyan kung ano yung gusto nyong trabaho, mga langga. Importante paano kayo makapasok dito.
Exactly.
Ako bitaw, patay-patay din na dati as butcher sa Digos. Kasi ginawa kong entry point na itong pagiging butcher. Thanks God, I'm here, mga langga. Ayan.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, sir, sa lahat ng may mga katanungan doon about sa IT, just type dyan. But we will move to the next level, mga langga. Grabe itong si sir eh. Matindi na itong mga langga, you know. I'm so proud of you, sir. As
Thank you.
a Mindanaoan from Malaybalay City, Bukidnon, I'm salute you, sir, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, thank you.
Now, next question tayo, mga langga. Doon tayo sa kwan. May nagpahabol yata. I will check first, mga langga, kung sino yung nag-message ba, kung related ba sa IT. Sabi ni Kwan, sir, before we will move on to the next Kwan topic now. Sir, please elaborate more on the requirements. How about IELTS? Please go ahead.
Yeah. Nowadays, it's already a requirement. If you're a worker with English as a second language, you are required for IELTS.
Okay.
Before, sa pagdating ko dito, IELTS was not really necessary. Yeah.
Now, okay, thank you for that. Now, sir, mga langga, we will move to the next topic. We will talk about now financial literacy. Because, as you said, as an IT professional, grabe ka, sideline mo na lang to. Oh. Kasi you are focused now on your business. Can you elaborate further about that, sir? Na iyon talaga yung kung saan busy ka ngayon at pinaggugulan mo ng mataas na oras every day.
Yes.
Right.
Good. Yeah. Salamat for that. I'm now a full life license and financial advisor since 2016. Since I was laid off from work, yun ang nangyari. So my fallback is because I have a license. So yung fallback ko is the life insurance business I have. So I basically service 3 provinces: Alberta, Saskatchewan, and British Columbia.
Wow.
Yeah. So my goal is this: I educate people about financial literacy so that when the time comes, you know, yung family mo is protected. That's how we do it. I don't sell. Okay. First and foremost, I don't sell. I educate.
Okay.
To give you your option, what is best for you. Now, I'll give you this information. I am more focused on fellow kababayans natin na bagong dumating dito. Kasi, like for example, the pandemic, as you all know, it's very serious. Meron nang namamatay, especially sa mga contract workers. And then, yeah, marami. I have friends dito that their colleague died because of it and so on. Ano nangyari? When they die, wala na, they're done. But they have a family to support. So what will happen? Yung employer mo, if you have an employer that provided you benefit, good. Pero if you pass away, you're only entitled to your annual salary plus 10%. Yun lang ang makukuha mo sa family. So say, for example, you're earning $15 per hour times how many days of work, and then depende sa contract. If you pass away, say, for example, 30,000 annual, yun lang makukuha ng pamilya kung mamamatay ka.
Mhm.
That's why we help people get educated na what are the opportunities, financial opportunities dito sa Canada once you are here. Number one is, for sure, you need life insurance, okay? Second is, you need to build your, for retirement, like RRSP or TFSA. These are tools that you can use for your future. The third one is kung may anak kayo, meron kayong mga registered education na funds to support your kids when they are like 18 years old, and then they go to school or college, magagamit yung pera to pay for their education.
Mhm,
Okay? So marami mong opportunities. And the good thing about in Canada, these are very accessible.
Okay.
Even mga contract workers, they can do that as well. Although there's limit, but once you have you are permanent resident, sky is the limit. Ang tawag
Oh.
nila. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm teaching especially the newcomers na look at this because this is very important, especially you are in your new home.
Mhm.
Na wala kayong kasama, wala kayong kakilala to help you. What if something happens to you? Kawawa yung family mo sa Pilipinas, right? So if something happens to you, the beneficiary is your family. If they're in the Philippines, then they'll get it, right? Dito naman, you have the opportunity to do this and do that. Like say, for example, health dito sa Canada is free, health system nila. So if you have yung heart attack and then the stroke and then you stayed in the hospital, that's all free.
Okay.
Okay, that's all the benefits what we have here. But I'm telling you, if you need financial literacy, if you have someone in your province or you know someone sa province mo, kasi ang life insurance or the financial advisor depende kung saan ang license mo. So,
Okay.
like you, John, you are in Ontario, then you
Yeah.
need to find someone who is licensed in Ontario because we cannot, yeah. But I can tell you what to do. And then you can just find someone like an advisor in your province to go through the decision or the different products that you have.
So, sa atin pa sir, yung license mo diyan only in in Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba,
British
right?
Columbia. Yes.
British Columbia also.
Yeah.
Now, anong pwede mo bang pwede bang ma-mention natin yung pangalan? May pangalan ba particular yung inyong insurance company at least makuha natin dito sa ating programa?
I have my own business, but I have access to all insurance companies.
Okay.
So I don't sell the company. I am just giving education. Okay.
Okay.
I'll give you my link to where I
Yes.
am connected right now.
O pakikuha din sa atin yung private message para ma-click din natin.
Yes.
At ma-post din natin ito.
Yeah.
And to those our viewers mga langga na nandyan sa British Columbia, Canada, Alberta, and Manitoba, you can directly, contact Sir, Eric AP regarding this matter and para makuha din natin, sir. Kung mayroon silang concern o kailangan nyong makahingi ng mga advices from Sir Eric AP mga langga, at least mayroon kayong contact sa kanya. Ayan.
Yes. So this is my link. I'll send it to you.
Sige. How busy you are, sir, doing this kind of work now in Canada?
It's my full-time job actually. So
Wow.
I do it like my IT job is 3 days a week. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that's my regular work. And then depende sa tawag ng boss ko or my clients, if they need me to go to a client side, then I go. But my business is after 5 o'clock, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I do my business. So I'm connected with this company, but I have access to all insurance companies. I can sell their products, depende sa anong insurance, but I don't usually focus on companies. I'll give you the information, and then you decide which one is best for you. Okay? So just in a nutshell, if you are into, kasi life insurance is actually important dito sa Canada,
Yeah.
right?
Oo.
Kasi kung mamamatay ka, what will happen to the family back home?
Mhm.
We have one situation. Okay, I'll give you another scenario. Yung snow, di ba? Very dangerous yan. May isang Filipino, he works in a meat processing.
Okay.
Okay? Nag-slip yung sasakyan niya, yung van, and then it went to a canal, nag-overturn yung sasakyan, and then nag-cardiac arrest, namatay.
Oh my.
He has a family here in Canada, 2 kids, okay? And then the wife doesn't work. So what happened? Before that happened, kinancel niya yung life insurance niya.
Amay.
And then it happened, nangyari to, ano nangyari ngayon? Wala silang matanggap. But the employer can only give certain amount, like annual salary plus 10%. Yun lang natanggap nila. And then the problem was, the benefit was not for the family, it was for the parents back home.
Why?
That was how it was set up. That's why we financial advisors will teach you what to do.
Mhm.
Okay? What is best for you. Kasi ang nangyari doon, there was no coaching or advice. So that was what happened. Yeah. And then most of the time, but itong Filipino kasi, sometimes we Filipinos, we think about, stubborn tayo paminsan kasi. I'm very young and very healthy, wala mangyari sa akin, and then all of a sudden,
Correct,
nabaliktad yung sasakyan, and then yun, wala na. Then all you have to do is go to GoFundMe. Set up a GoFundMe para to raise money to help you. Di ba? Yun ang nangyayari ngayon. It's reality. People will go to GoFundMe to help raise funds for you. But if you have the coverage you need, like life insurance and all the benefits na makukuha mo dito, then at least protected ka.
Okay. Sa marami mga insurances like sasakyan, sa bahay, and
Yeah.
including this life insurance, what makes you, what you call this, differentiate, mag-sell or ipaintindi sa mga tao, saan mas madali?
Okay, so that's a good question. So there's 2 types of insurance license. One is general insurance.
Okay.
The other one is life insurance. Yung general insurance is when you're dealing with home and auto, yung
Okay.
sasakyan.
General pala yun.
Yeah, general insurance yon. So that's different from
Sir.
me kasi ang license ko is life.
Kasi ang program natin, now you know, na ngayon, sasabihin ko sa sarili ko, now I know. Go ahead, sir.
So I'm life license, full life license in 3 provinces. So that's what I do. Kung ang client, like say for example, you have an auto, you have a car and you need insurance, then I recommend you go to a general insurance agency.
Okay.
Okay? So sa bahay mo, you need also that. Now, going back to life, yung sa life insurance, if you have a home, so eventually may bahay ka, you'll get a home on your own, you need also coverage for that, just in case may fire or something happens to you, then you need tawag dyan mortgage insurance. But you don't need mortgage insurance if you have life insurance.
So
yes.
Now I know pa rin.
Yeah, there's so many I can tell you. Yun ang role namin. It's more of education kami. We don't sell. We give you information. From there, you decide which one is best for you. Okay? Now, there's option for you as well. Like, for example, gusto mo magkabahay pero wala kang pera.
Okay.
So how can you access money for this? So number one is, like right now, you can build your RRSP or RRSP, or that's a registered retirement savings program. Yung sa government, sa mga bangko, marami yan. You can build your money there to raise enough money for down payment sa bahay.
Okay.
Yeah, you can use that. So kung sakali you eventually want to have a house, you can access that tawag yan, a first time home buyer plan. You can use that para down payment sa bahay mo, and then you'll have your own house. Tawag dyan RRSP.
Okay.
Okay? So marami akong, but there's so many, but like I said, if you want to know more details, you can just contact me.
Yeah, so pwede bang paano nila sir, no, sa lahat ng mga viewers ngayon, lalong-lalo na dito sa Canada, how they can connect you when they have some concerns regarding on this life insurances like that, sir?
The link that I gave you, that's my link.
Ito na 'yon. This is it.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Oh,
Meron ang cellphone number ko dyan, my email address. You can contact me directly, and you have questions, I'll help you as much as I can.
yeah, thank you so much for that, Sir Eric, no? And sa takbo ng iyong kuan ngayon, sir, ano 'yan? Babiyahe ka sa lahat ng mga lugar na sinasabi mo that you're registered?
I used to before the pandemic.
Mhm.
I travel a lot. Because of it. But because of the pandemic, Zoom na lang tayo. It's all
Yeah.
virtual, right?
Okay.
So my IT background is applied,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
So advantage ang IT profession ko because of it. Because I can do this, I can do that. Like I can virtualize my laptop. I have 2 laptops. I can put it into one computer, and then I can just discuss business with you. Same thing like that. Yeah. So yun ang nangyari dito. So that's how I do it.
So you are always accessible anytime and can be contacted anytime. Now mga langga,
Yes.
yung kuan ni sir, yung kanyang link nasa kuan na rin ninyo, nasa inyong mga nasa kuan na rin. Naka-pin na rin sa comment mga langga ha. Paki-kuan para tawag niyan. You can immediately also contact Sir Eric mga langga, Sir Eric EP. Pin na sa website na nasa comments mga langga. Yung website ni Sir Eric andyan na sa ating comment, naka-pin na. Ayan. Matindi talaga yung sidekick natin. Yan. Sir, having this kind of life now in Canada,
Yeah.
did you ever think na ito na yung magiging buhay mo for the past years na you've been here in Canada?
I would say so. In a way na I'm contented with what I'm doing. I really like what I'm doing right now. I'm helping people. I'm helping my fellow kababayans. Mind you, diverse ang mga clients ko. It's not only Filipinos. My Filipino clients is like 30%. Majority is Canadian and immigrants.
Wow.
Yeah, I have clients like from Africa, Europe, and mostly mga Canadians dito, yung mga, just the regular Canadians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sir, mayroon bang dumating ba sa point at magwalan tayo, ibalik lang natin yung pagdating mo sa Canada na.
Yeah.
May mga times ba na na-experience mo dito sa pagdating mo sa Canada na sinabi mo na sana hindi na lang ako pumunta ng Canada like that?
That's really a good question. That's really a tough one. You know what? Kung wala yung pamilya mo, sila nagda-drive sa'yo eh.
Okay.
If you have your family here, that's your driving force why you have to go on, move on. If your family is back home, majority sa mga contract workers nasa Pilipinas, don't be discouraged. Ang goal nyo is to work on your PR so you can bring them here. Yun ang mare-recommend ko. Okay? Kasi if you keep on, and then here, lonely kayo, di ba? Wala kayong ano. Well, your local community, yung kasama nyo will help you guide you through para at least hindi kayo I mean, you know what I mean? Kasi without someone to talk, mahirap. Right? So if you have someone kasama nyo sa trabaho, that's better. And then stay with that for as long as you can until you can bring your family here. Marami dito, nadala na nila yung family after 2 or 3 years. So 2 years or 3 years is not that bad. Okay? Madali lang yan. I mean, time flies so fast. You will never know. Ikaw nga dyan, di ba? you're already more than a year.
Yeah, ang bilis ng panahon, sir eh.
Yeah. So the same as you. Maybe 2 years from now, baka madala mo na yung pamilya mo dito.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's how I say.
Now, sir, doon sa mga IT professionals no that wanted also to come in Canada,
Mm.
ano yung mensahe mo sa kanila na at ang iba connected sa government or in a private company? Ano yung mensahe mo sa kanila na gusto ring tahakin ang landas na tinahak mo dito sa Canada, sir?
There's so many options for you to choose from. If
Mhm.
you want the fastest route is apply for like contract work, okay?
Mhm.
Or maybe just shift career, find an employer dito, and then sponsor ka to come over, and then from here you work on whatever job you have with your contract, and then start also working on your profession, and then from there pag ma-PR ka na, you can jump ship. I don't recommend it, but that's what is happening right now.
Mhm.
It's common, but you can do that as well. You can move on and so on. So ang advice ko lang palagi is do not leave your job, continue your job, don't resign until such time na nandito na kayo. And then if you are not sure about coming in Canada, kung nandito na kayo, do not resign or do not quit your job in the Philippines. Just stay for like a year or just apply for a leave. And then if you find na hindi niyo gusto sa Canada, then at least you can go back and you still have a job in the Philippines.
Wow.
Yeah.
At least mag-guide 'yon sa gusto pang pumunta ng Canada, especially having same field sa inyo, Sir Eric. Now,
Yeah.
karagdagan dun, sir, kuwan lang, parang dugtong lang din. Just give me at least 5 tips para magiging successful ang buhay dito sa Canada.
Yeah, I mean, expand your network. Number one is expand your network. Kung nandito ka sa Canada, expand your network. Touch base with your local community. Kung you are open guy, like you can touch base with not the Filipino community, the better. Hindi lang Filipino, marami diyan mga immigrants din. They're looking for community. Connect with them. That's number one. Number two is huwag kayong ma-discourage. It's part of the transition. Okay? The transition may take time. Kami nga, we're still adjusting. Even though I've been here for more than about 13 years now. Adjustment is always there. Number three, if you have the opportunity to learn or go to school, do it. Okay? There's nothing wrong with education. If you're 50 or 60 years old, you still can learn. Education is forever. Okay? Number four siguro is save as much money as you can. Don't spend and so much here and there. Yung lifestyle mo, you should tame it. Okay? Until such time na you have enough funds to support the family, then yeah, you can do this and do that. So while you're in Canada, yeah, I mean, build your finance. I mean, that is the goal. Dito kayo mag-invest, huwag sa Pilipinas. Okay? Invest your money because it's dollars. Ang equivalent yan sa Pilipinas, 10 times more. So build your money here, and then you can invest that later in the Philippines. That's my rule. The fifth one is, have faith. Always have faith. Kasi without faith, mawawalan kayo ng goal.
Yan. Sir, mayroon ka bang dapat pasalamatan back there in the Philippines, in our hometown in Malaybalay, in the province of Bukidnon, the city of Pines, then dito sa Canada, sir? Please go ahead.
Well, I always thank sa mga tao na I worked for before, I mean, regardless of what happened and so on, I mean, you're still thankful na nandito ka, right? You should be thankful for that because they're part of your life. That's your life.
Mhm.
And secondly is your family is there. Although ang pamilya ako lang dito with my family, they're still my siblings ako nandun sa Pilipinas. Yeah, I'm still very helpful. So I thank them, and I also thank you, John, and to Irene. I mean, you guys are doing well. I support you. So if you have like programs like this, I really support it.
Yeah, and Irene also is, malaki na rin ang pinagbago sa buhay at achievements kasi nga 'di ba from Philippines now she work in New York, back in
Yeah.
the Philippines. So grabe yung accomplishment din and the achievements like you. And I'm so proud because why pag may nakikilala at na balita na kung like ganito na example like you and Irene, like that, you're really working so well in your field. So I'm so proud because why bringing inspiration to all of us na para bang okay, work so hard, have faith like that, no, para tawag niyan, and later on, makapagsabi din ako na sana well. Sir,
Yes.
thank you so much sa panahon
Yeah.
iyong binigay, and say hi to all Malaybalay city people, sir. I know they are watching also right now.
Hello mga taga Malaybalay. Salamat. And then yeah, to our fellow kababayans back home. Thank you so much and happy Valentine's Day to all.
Ayan. Once again, sir, please say hi to your wife and your kids. I don't know if gising na ba o tulog pa rin.
Mga tulog pa.
Tulog pa. Kasi ang oras yata ngayon dyan, sir, it's 9:41 here in Ontario. Now, I think it's 7 kasi mga langga, ang Alberta is late ng 2 hours here in Ontario. What time exactly, sir, dyan sa Alberta ngayon?
7:41.
7:41. So 2 hours nga mga langga. And sir, hopefully sir we can do the same thing in the future. If there is some question na isend sa atin sa Bunguton Online Radio na pwede kayong kung pwede nga mag-Zoom
You're always welcome. You're always welcome.
Yeah, especially doon sa yung life insurance mo, sa lahat ng mga IT professional sa Pilipinas na gustong malaman at makakuha ng karagdagang pang-impormasyon, just I think they can PM you, sir, Eric EP, sir, sa iyong messenger kung pwede, kung ano ba?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they can.
Ayan. Once again, sir, Eric, thank you so much for giving us the time, and hopefully we can, magkita tapo, no?
Yeah.
Kalayan, Ginoo, Sir Eric.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Salamat, sir, and God bless, sir. God bless.
Thank you.
More power to you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Mga langga, once again, Sir Eric Ipin mga langga, live po yan doon sa may Alberta, Canada, mga langga.
Mga katanungan na dapat mong malaman. Mga kasagutan sa mga susing katanungan. Oops, teka lang. Ikaw ba'y naguguluhan? Aba, ininig na at manood sa programang Now You Know. Now You Know. Now You Know. Dito lang sa Bunguton Online Radio. Kasama si Kuya Ed. Buksan ang puso at isipan. Now You Know. Now You Know.